On today's program, having your own business in trade and production, working with partners around the world, and winning over any circumstance is a lifestyle. There's a category of people whose contribution to the development and prosperity of the country at first glance may not be very noticeable. Their work is like running blood through the veins of the body. It goes without saying, but without it, nothing works. This category covers enterprising, and these people never stand still, businessmen and entrepreneurs. Halima Takhtaeva, entrepreneur, creator of the first in Kazakhstan fur production at the international level, one of the first major wholesale suppliers of consumer goods, winner of the Golden Leopard and Medal of Napoleon as a woman entrepreneur. Halima Takhtaeva is known almost by all businessmen who have started their business with the cooperative movement in the late 80s or dashing 90s. She was one of the first buyers and wholesale suppliers of the country, a businesswoman with a broad variety of activity. Looking at this cheerful and always smiling woman, it's hard to imagine that her road to success was not easy. And it was a constant succession of challenges, overcoming and victory over the circumstances. Since childhood, being the 9th child in a large family, she had to rely only on herself. I did not have rich relatives who would give me work or help financially. I made everything in life by myself. I've been working since senior classes. I turned a penny because I had retired parents. I made money for my uniform, apron, bags, shoes, all earned by myself during school vacations at a candy shop. As a child, having already older and regularly becoming ill parents, she dreamed of becoming a doctor. But in high school life, Halima suddenly had a new dream, an open and unexpected talent for languages. This is what later helped her a lot in business. Last year's in senior classes, we were visited by a young Englishwoman. I just fell in love with her, and I liked the language, and I decided to learn English and enter the University of Foreign Languages. This talented student was predicted to work with foreigners. All the more, her communication skills and knowledge of the language allowed for all of this. But a strict family of her husband was against it, and this way for her was closed. She had to go to school as a teacher. In this area, Halima Takhtaeva has worked in the Regional Department of Education and is the head of a kindergarten. And then one of her friends, knowing the administrative talents of the young leader, invited her to work in the central department store to staff the office. We had a senior inspector, Sergei Fedorovich, a good man. He always comforted me. Halima, everything will be fine. You'll be a great teacher. You have to get a special education. And I thought, why not? I went to the Karaganda Cooperative Institute. We had correspondence here in Karagalinka, so I entered this institute. Those 5 years flew fast. I already had a second daughter. With 2 children, I received my second education. After that, she was transferred to the position of goods manager, where Halima Takhtaeva proved herself so that she could become the most indispensable collaborator of the central store of the Kazakh capital. Next to Vneshposiltorg, I saw a beautiful product. I knew the presentation looks. I know it's beautiful and its quality, and maybe that helped. I loved to dress up. It was such a feeling that it would suit, and this would not. At the time, inter-republican fairs were very relevant. To take unsaleable products, go and sell and buy tradable commodities. I was sent to groups with a stock of unsold goods. And I'm taking these products, samples and documented, I'm taking them and selling. Restructuring in the beginning of the cooperative movement was not spared by Halima Takhtaeva. Her commercial instinct told her that the store will have a new coil. Especially for this sake, she went to Riga, which already had the experience of opening cooperatives. I then bought our apples, a pour, took a bottle of Kazakhstan cognac and came to the director of the central department store in Riga and said, "You know I'm from Kazakhstan, please help me how to make a contract, how to organize this cooperative movement in departments." He took me to the sales department. I did all copies handmade. There were no copiers. I wrote all contracts, receipts they needed by transfer paper. All samples were removed, and thus I organized first a small department in the central department store. Then I was given the entire third floor. I just had no time to have a rest. Clients came on Saturdays and Sundays. Georgia, Azerbaijan, Latvia, Estonians, our local clients, all I had to take by myself. I learned that if a seller sells much, he gets some share of the profits. So many people wanted to work with me. Our heroine faced Kazakhstan's independence and the start of the open market as the head of a different large department store. Taking advantage of the opening of borders, she has rapidly expanded the range of partners. For Halima, who knows 7 languages, able to find contact with people and having a taste there opened real prospects. We started to go to Italy for the purchases. I know the language, so it wasn't a problem. We imported clothes. In parallel, we also imported from Moscow. We opened a bar, then I opened some sections too. All that was tradable, I bought from Moscow and from Italy. When we started working with the Turks, we bought their soap, margarine, carpets, and furniture. You can tell her own business first started by a large order of furs, which made her an international automaker office in Kazakhstan. For this, Halima had to go to the chosen supplier by the client in New York. They showed me these coats. They wore them and showed me. And then they showed me coats out of possum fur and mink. I read it, and they tell me, "What? Do you know English?" I said, "Yes, of course, I know English. Otherwise, I would have come here with a translator." And I said, "You know, Kazakhstan is not a steppe and not a farm. This is a civilized country, and our women love to dress good. They will never wear this. Therefore, I'm sorry, I will not buy." The contract failed, but the enterprising businesswoman immediately found another supplier and other items, demanded in those years in Kazakhstan, frozen chicken semis. And it was her who organized the first large deliveries to the country. Many large corporations of today, Kazakhstan grew to trade, wholesalers, buying what Halima Mamedjanova brought home and spreading it across the country. Today, many of her friends still call her the Queen of Fur. This is no accident. It was she who organized the country's first production of fur products internationally. It all began with the fact that she herself needed to fix her coat, and she went into a studio.
Старое помещение такое, что-то так, конечно, мне не очень понравилось, потому что как-то грязно, полы вот так.
An old building, of course, I did not like it. Dirty floors that needed repair, very untidy. But nevertheless, I did not know another studio, so I had to leave my coat for repair. I asked them how their business went on. It was 1999. This was a crisis. Everyone started to invest into manufacturing.
Стали вкладывать деньги. Смотрю, она взяла мою визитку, тоже мы обменялись. И однажды звонит.
She took my card and we exchanged business cards. And one day she called and said, "Do you want to become our partner? You will invest and in a year to receive dividends." I said, "I'm not interested in dividends. I would like to work, because I'm so used to it. I'm an active person, and I love to work." I consulted with my husband, and he said, "Why not? Let's try." We began to invest money, but a very unpleasant incident turned out. She seemed to disappear. I invested the money, and the owner was gone, vanished in one night, literally. And one elderly furrier, Irina Nikiforovna, told me, "You will not be disappointed, Halima. Take us, we will do our best, and we will help you." I'm very grateful to her that she had told me, and I started to work with them. So instead of losing, our heroine was in a profit. She managed to raise production. To do this, using the women's club membership, Aruana, she left for an internship in the United States, under the program IREX, where she met with the work of one of the leading experts in their field.
Но, тем не менее, я ходила с ним с фотоаппаратом и записывала все, что он делал.
I went after him with a camera, wrote down everything that he did, how he worked and photographed, and asked him, "Host, I need this tool and that one." He ordered me everything up to the furrier cars. The training was very interesting. We have 5 days each in our own business. We had 10 people from Almaty and 10 from the Oblast. We were engaged in our business for 5 days, or rather 4, and the 5th day we had a lecture at the university. Thanks to this trip, Halima managed to build her business in a new way, un-American, and the first experience of participating in Fashion Week and the first collection passed with flying colors. Coats manufactured under the Halima brand looked like evening dresses, and different non-standard approaches to the selection of fur and its combination. They were praised by the guests of the event, including many world-renowned designers.
The
fur looks in a special way. Textiles and dresses, such as what is the best fur. I learned it all. I began to go to exhibitions, Milan, Hong Kong. Knowing English, I learned where what exhibitions are held. Once you come, you give a card and then they will invite you by themselves. I began to buy magazines in Italy. I began to pay more attention to it. I already was interested. My husband said to me, "I see your eyes lit up at the Fashion Week. You are in the zone and are among your own customers." Today, the name of Halima Takhtaeva is clearly associated with a national treasure abroad, Kara Kulcha. It was her who reintroduced it into a modern fur fashion, making it part of an impeccable style and high-quality products made in Kazakhstan. Achieving recognition and professional success, Halima Takhtaeva was faced with yet another challenge. This time it was health. The husband of her girlfriend needed an operation. The family asked the couple to accompany them to Israel for medical treatment. They did not speak the language and were poorly oriented abroad. Halima, always ready to respond to the aid, could not refuse them, and at the same time she decided to get tested.
Через неделю где-то нам звонок, что злокачественное у него и у меня, начинающийся папиллярный.
A week later we had a call. I had a malignant swelling. It was the start of papillary thyroid cancer. Actually, I was shocked, of course. I was so upset. I stood still, not knowing what to do. In early October, we went for an operation. Thank God, everything worked out fine. But this operation again showed me that I have friends. I had a daughter next to me who simply supported me. And as I was said by one friend, medicine did not cure you. You're cured by the love of your friends and family. And it seems to me I even looked better, became more active and lived better. Maybe I revised my life. And I love my life with people, friends more than ever. And it gave me some other impetus to life. Today, business of Halima Takhtaeva expanded not only on the production of fur. She has mastered in other areas, such as repair and cleaning of furs and their summer storage in specialized cold storage rooms. But today it is not important business, but social activities in the Business Women's Association. The clubs Aruana and Adal, and of course the family, son, daughter and her adorable 3 granddaughters, Adele, Sofia and Dana, she pays full attention to. The strong woman Halima Takhtaeva managed to realize her dream to become successful, well-being and become a professional and an entrepreneur.
Деньги – это не самое главное для меня, я даже не люблю их считать.
Money is not the most important thing for me. I do not even like to count it. But it is a means of existence, and you should always earn it. I always say to my son, you should not get money, but earn it. If you earn it, you'll be able to spend it quietly.
Ты можешь спокойно их тратить.